Razavan for FightHype.com with me. I think he's exhausted, that's why he's sitting down.
Yeah, I've got a personal trainer now. I'm trying to shed some pounds, and like he's been ruining me this week, so that's why I'm sitting down. It was leg day today.
You need to shred pounds.
Pounds, yeah.
Where?
Yeah.
What part of the body?
Just, I need some bulk. I need some definition. You know what I mean? I went on holiday with the kids and the wife this summer, and it weren't a pretty sight in my shorts. Do you know what I mean? So I'm the wrong side of well, definitely 30, and it's very tough. But I'm fighting it.
We're here today at the weigh-in for Big City Dreams. Not usually you have a huge event, a huge audience. Today was a bit of quite one of your smaller events.
It's a trade show, really. I mean, you know, it's a fight where a lot of our young prospects are in huge fights for them. Some very good competitive fights. Of course, the debut of Katie Taylor, which is a big deal. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to the show. You know, we have these huge shows, and you know, this is a show where our young talent are going to be tested, and some are going to move forward and be potential superstars. O'Hara Davis is a great example of that. If he deals with Scarpa impressively, you know, this is a huge step up for him. You know, he's boxed mainly journeyman. Now he's fighting WBC silver champion, top 10 in the world, probably European champion standard. And you know, well before his time. But let's find out. Let's find out if he is the real deal. Let's find out if everything he says is real. Yeah. And we will do tomorrow night.
And Scarpa ain't going to be an easy test.
No, tough fight. I mean, you saw what he did to Hibbert. You know, he took his time and he broke him down. He bashed him up. So you know, it's going to be. And O'Hara's never been rounds. So what happens when we go 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 into the championship rounds of the fight? Yeah. Scarpa's bang up for this.
Katie Taylor, obviously your first female British fighter that you're taking on. Where do you think you can take women's boxing now, Eddie? I know a few years ago your comments and views were a little bit different, but obviously
they're only different because I said quite clearly there wasn't the demand for women's boxing. And when I talk about demand, broadcaster. You know, if a broadcaster turns around and says, not really for us, it's game over. Yeah. Now, women's sport is flourishing, women's boxing is flourishing. People in the sport, the fans, are a lot more knowledgeable than before, and ultimately she's very entertaining, she's very exciting, she's the best amateur arguably ever in amateur boxing. So let's see it, let's see women's boxing flourish. Forget about women's boxing and men's boxing, it's just boxing, it's just a fight. If you enjoy the fight, you enjoy the product, and I believe she's going to be really enjoyable to watch, and I'm very excited about her journey.
She's obviously back out on AJ's card as well. She's going to be out quite frequently as well.
Yeah, we're looking to box her in America early next year, then also in the Far East as well, in Scandinavia, and a lot of key markets. And it's about turning her into a global star. She's huge in Ireland, huge. But we can't just rely on that market. We want to really showcase her all around the world, but she's got to look good, and that's the pressure. It's not just about winning, it's about entertaining and looking good, and that's sometimes where the pressure comes from.
Obviously after this show it's your big one, it's your favourite boy AJ in a couple of weeks time in Manchester. Just with regards to the heavyweight division, Eddie, obviously I know you were in Vegas last week, but recently announced Lucas Browne failed his second drug test. Should be banned? I know he's requested to be sampled.
I mean, I don't really know the story, so like, I'm sure there'll be a story told. It's whether you believe him or not. You know, did he cheat in Russia? He says he didn't. He failed a test. You know, did he cheat now? He'll probably say that he was taking something he didn't know had something in. Yeah. But you're responsible for what goes in your system, and you can't. You know, twice is like once. If there's a genuine, honest mistake. And a lot of these times you just don't know, do you? Yeah. You don't know if someone put something in his food. You don't know if that happened to Kid Galahad, or if either of them just cheated. Yeah. You have to take either their word for it, or you have to think they're lying. Yeah. But twice is unforgivable. You know, so let's see what they say. But it doesn't look good. And listen, he was very lucky to get another shot at the world title, and it looks like he's thrown it away.
So obviously with AJ hopefully coming through Molina, setting up the WBA Super with Vladimir Klitschko, what happens to the regular now? Briggs, Hay, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think that do they just fold the belt? You know, would probably be a good time to do it. You got Luis Ortiz is number one. Yeah. You know, you got Ustanov's ahead of Hay. It's a mess. But what will happen now is Briggs Browne will appeal. You know, it's going to take months, and that's what happened last time. They stripped him without the hearing. Yeah. That's why they had the problem. So we'll see.
Also announced while you were away, good old friend Frank Warren put a deal together with BT Sport,
Yeah.
saying it's the biggest deal in sports
Apparently,
boxing history.
Yeah. Other than ours, but
What do you make of it?
I think it's
Healthy
great.
competition.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, and good for that. I can go back to my broadcaster and say, "Oh, I need some more money," because when they're the only game in town, they're not exactly going to start overspending, are they?
Yeah.
Now they've got a bit of competition. It excites me. It's good for boxing fans. As far as I'm concerned, we have the best platform in the world, particularly on a pay-per-view model. So, but you will get fighters migrating. Someone said to me, "Do you think there's fighters that you represent that might want to join Frank Warren?" I said, "Probably not, but maybe." I said, "Do you think there's fighters that he represents that want to join me and Sky?" And the answer to that one is absolutely. So I think you might see a few little transfers going on, like a little, football season. But I think it's not just about the broadcaster; it's about the promoter. Who do you want guiding your career? Who do you believe in? Do you believe in me, or do you believe in Frank Warren?
Yeah.
Do you believe in the financial solidarity of Matchroom or Queensbury?
Yeah.
You make your own mind up. But our relationship is a lot better than it used to be. Not me and Frank, but us and Queensbury.
Yeah.
And we're talking about McDonnell Butler, Flanagan against Campbell, and I have no problem making fights across the network. So
your fighters would only fight on Sky?
No. Listen, if the deal's right,
Yeah.
I'm not going to stop a fighter from taking an incredible deal to fight on BT. But obviously the bigger names will Sky will want them to remain on the channel.
Yeah.